Hello, people of YouTube. This is Gray's Guitars. I am Steve Gray. Thank you for watching. Today, we are going to be talking about some issues that we've been having with Fender for a couple of years now. I think it's gotten worse, during the coronavirus times. As technically we're out of that. But the issues haven't really been fixed. And Fender has been having some really shoddy quality control lately, and it's getting annoying. Things miswired, warped pick guards. The biggest complaint I see is fret sprout. Now, I went into my local guitar shop the other day, picked up a few guitars, brand new. So I picked up a brand new made in Mexico Strat, brand new. I think it was American Professional Pro 2 or something Strat, USA guitar technically. And then I also picked up a Squire. And you know which one had the best frets on it? The Squire, the $300 used Squire that was there. And has that had work on it in the past? I honestly don't know. But the issue is when you pick up a guitar and you can immediately feel the frets, and they're constantly just saying, "Oh, the wood grows or shrinks during time, can shrink during shipping or whatever, it just hasn't set yet, or some other nonsense." Outside of like a roasted maple neck or a rosewood neck, I've never seen that issue on those two because I'm assuming they're more stable woods. And it's kind of ridiculous because you're talking $1,000 plus guitar that has fret issues. I have rarely seen it on Squires. I don't think I've ever seen a fret issue even on the lowest end of Gibson. I mean, fret buzzing, yes. Fret sprout, no. Not to mention there's also some fret leveling issues too on some of these Fender-made guitars, which people are complaining about. That one was the one thing that wasn't high up on the list, though. So there's a couple of complaints about, fret leveling issues, fret buzz. The majority of it was issues with fret sprout, issues with the finish a little bit, issues with warped pick guards, as I mentioned. Necks are not set in the pockets correctly. Bridges are not placed in the right spot correctly. And Fender, you need to get your crap together. If anyone is at Fender is watching this video, which I highly doubt you are, you need to get your crap together. Let's be honest. So if you just Google Fender guitar quality issues, it ain't one post, and if you look at the dates, all of them are from 2022 or later, kind of right in that time frame. Some are a little earlier, but, January 22, this one is June of 23, so there you go. Right there, September of 21. Let's see if we have any more dates. March 23, January 23, so when a lot of people got bored, when there was nothing to do because everything was shut down, they went and bought guitars. And Fender, along with a bunch of other companies, had a hard time keeping up with production. So for about 3 years, I would say 2020 into 2023, and possibly even now, but the craze is starting to slow a little bit, so maybe less so, mid 2023 or late 2023, whatever you want to call it. Quality control on a lot of guitars got slid by. It was easier for them to return it and replace it as opposed to dealing with it, having them find a local Luther or something to fix the issue. But it has been kind of ridiculous lately. I don't understand. Even you got videos too, people complaining about it. If you look at some other, more popular channels such as Augafish, Phil McKnight, I think I'm trying to think of a couple other ones. Maybe I want to say Rob Scallon. I could be wrong. I could be wrong with Rob Scallon, but typical gear review. Ryan Bruce Fluff. A lot of them, when they get a brand new Fender, one of the first things that I hear is, "Wow, the frets are a little bit messed up here," or "Oh, it's not set in the neck pocket correctly." I've seen quite a few issues on the Tom DeLonge Strat. And I'm kind of disappointed because that was a guitar I was looking forward to buying, but I'm not going to pay $1,300 for a guitar that has quality control issues. So especially when it's one solid color of poly, it's a lot more forgiving than nitrocellulose, I would say. And it has one pickup, so a lot less going on with that. But I mean, we can read a couple of these things. This one I think was that's how they wired the input jack. So yeah, that's delightful. That was on an American one. Let's see here. This one I think was another wiring issue as well. This was on an American series. Let's see what else we got here. Um, this one is saying, let's see, bad setup, on a brand new made in Japan guitar. The worst fret ends they've ever had. Literally cut my hand. I've only experienced one Fender that had that issue. I do not remember what year it was. Um, I know it was somebody's signature Strat that was orange with a V-type neck. It was like an orangish red color with a V-type neck. And that, I don't know, literally cutting my hands as I was playing. I'm not even exaggerating. There was one fret end that was so sharp. And I'm not going to blame Fender on that one because I don't know how old that guitar was, where it was stored. So you can't blame, Fender for someone storing the guitar in a damp basement or something, or a place that has super high humidity that just sucks all the moisture, it puts too much moisture in the guitar or sucks the moisture out of the guitar. Um, Here's one from 2021. Let's read an older one here. And let's see. I've owned several, including the series I purchased new last year. Blown by the quality seems to be a no-brainer. Just fell out of the sock. Let's see what we have here. The internals bent so badly, the lead. Oh, because I guess the input jack was loose and they didn't realize it, and then they put it in and ended up bending the crap out of it. The nut was covered in glue. The slots were badly cut, ragged. Saddles had not been adjusted. The fret ends, which were protruding razor sharp and rough, really nasty. Yeah, that is the major complaint. So, I can, a neck pocket misaligned, maybe I can let that slide. Maybe minor paint blemishes, I might be able to let that slide. Especially on a Squire, I generally wouldn't care if I'm only spending a couple $100s on a guitar. But as I said, you get a brand new guitar and you have all of these issues. It's aggravating. Another one that I picked up at my local shop where I thought it was kind of neat. I've always wanted to play one of these, so I picked one up. It was a red one. We'll change the color here. It was a Cobain Jazz Stang, which I didn't realize you can still buy one of these right now if you want one. The pickguard was super warped. I think they drilled the holes too big for the pickguard or something. And I mentioned it to the shop owner there, and he was like, yeah, that should not be happening. We're going to have to go ahead and either put bigger screws in this or see if Fender will give us an exchange. And it was a brand new guitar, and all along the side of the guitar, which would be the left side of the guitar, up where you're picking, where the switches are, this area, it was just lifting like out of the body. Like either the I don't know what happened. I don't know if the pick guard was warped or what, but the screws had been torn out of the body. Like someone almost put a pry bar in there or something. It was a really weird, and I've never seen it. And I normally don't have an issue with Fender. I definitely don't seem to have an issue with Squire. I don't see the same amount of problems lately with Squire, which is kind of funny because a cheaper guitar is having less quality control issues, and I find that pretty hilarious. But people love to hate on Gibson, and I do not see a lot of content about people calling Fender out when needed. So this is what needs to happen: is you need to have larger creators call a company out if there are problems, so they can fix those problems. And I don't see an issue with that. But this has. Basically, I'm debating whether or not I want to buy that Tom DeLonge Strat, which is why I kind of made this video, because I was looking into that more. I was looking at the price, and I was like, all right, it's a little expensive for what it is, but it's got the signature name on it. I really like it. I might just, go ahead and do it. But I think I want to wait and see if I can get some of the graffiti yellow ones, if Sweetwater gets them back in stock, because they have a little bit better inspection process. And then, not to mention, I can choose the weight. So I think that's what I'm going to do. But that's kind of what led me to do it, because I was looking up time long videos maybe the last week or two, debating if I should pull the trigger. And I think it's something where I'm better off just waiting a little bit. Just to see, maybe they get their, the orders slow down, so they have a little bit more time to inspect the guitars before they ship out the door. And then Sweetwater, as I said, they have that multiple point inspection when they get the guitars too, which hopefully, if Fender doesn't catch it, hopefully they will, at the very least. So I guess we're just going to have to wait and see what happens, and I may or may not order that guitar in the future because it's like, yes, I want it, but do I want to deal with all of the potential hazards that may be coming my way? So there it is. There you have it. Let me know if you've had issues with Fender guitars in the past 2, 3 years. As I said in the past, once in a while, you got a bad one in the batch, but pretty much if you got made in Mexico and up, you're talking probably mid 2000s. I don't think I really ever had an issue playing one, and I've owned a couple of Mexican Strats, Mexican Telecaster, several Squire Strats that have been in and out of my hands. One had I think the fretboard was a little bit shrunken. It wasn't fret sprout issues, but the fretboard had shrunk a little bit. You have the skunk stripe sometimes will pop out, because of the different woods, shrink and grow at different temperatures, humidities, things along those lines. But it's been getting worse. It's continuously stayed bad, and as I said, Fender needs to up the quality control, or they're going to be having a lot of returns on their hands. As I said, that's my best guess. I don't know what the turnaround rate is for you getting a replacement for something, but I'm sure they would rather have you take the guitar and keep it as opposed to it being their problem where they have to go around and fix it. If they slow it down a little bit, double checked the quality, maybe added a couple more checkpoints before it went out the door, I think they'd be good to go. But yeah, that's my little ramble for today. Thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button on your way out, and as always, have a good one.